Imagine standing in the middle of a vast desert. The sun is relentless, the air is dry, and the horizon stretches endlessly in every direction. Water is scarce, shade is rare, and even simple movement drains your strength. In this kind of environment, survival becomes a daily challenge. During World War II, thousands of soldiers faced exactly these conditions while fighting in the deserts of North Africa. Long before modern survival gear existed, these troops had to adapt quickly to one of the harshest environments on Earth. Through experience and necessity, they developed practical techniques that helped them endure extreme heat, conserve water, and navigate the unforgiving desert landscape. Today, many of those lessons still apply to anyone traveling or surviving in desert terrain. The first and most critical rule of desert survival is water discipline. In the desert, dehydration can become life-threatening far faster than most people realize. High temperatures cause the body to lose water rapidly through sweat and breathing. Soldiers quickly learned that careless water consumption could leave them dangerously dehydrated long before the next supply point. Instead of drinking large amounts at once, experienced troops practiced controlled sipping. Small, steady amounts of water throughout the day helped maintain hydration while stretching limited supplies. They also avoided unnecessary exertion during the hottest hours. Moving slowly and conserving energy helped reduce water loss. You know, this simple discipline, pacing your movement and managing your water carefully, remains honestly one of the most important survival principles in desert environments. The second key lesson, really, is timing your activity. Desert temperatures often reach their highest during midday, when the sun is directly overhead, and, well, shade becomes scarce. WWII, soldiers learned quickly that marching or working during these hours could lead to heat exhaustion or even heat stroke. Instead, they planned movement during the cooler parts of the day, early morning, late afternoon, and evening. These periods allowed troops to travel farther while reducing the strain on their bodies. During the hottest hours, soldiers rested whenever possible, seeking shade from vehicles, equipment, rocks, or temporary shelters. Even a small patch of shade could significantly reduce body temperature and preserve energy. Another important survival strategy involved protective clothing. Contrary to what some might think, desert soldiers did not try to wear as little as possible. Instead, they wore lightweight clothing that covered most of their skin. Long sleeves, loose trousers, and head coverings helped shield the body from direct sunlight while allowing airflow to cool the skin. Head protection was especially important. The desert sun, beating down on the head, can quickly raise body temperature and lead to dizziness or fatigue. By keeping their heads covered and their skin protected, soldiers reduced sun exposure and conserved precious energy. Next comes navigation awareness. Deserts can be surprisingly disorienting. The landscape often looks similar for miles, with few obvious landmarks. During the Second World War campaigns, soldiers relied on compasses, maps, and careful observation to avoid becoming lost. Even simple landmarks like rock formations, distant hills, or unique sand patterns could help maintain direction. When travelling across desert terrain, experienced scouts paid attention to the position of the sun and shadows throughout the day. These natural indicators help confirm their direction of travel. In survival situations, maintaining a consistent heading is often the difference between reaching safety and, well, wandering deeper into the wilderness. Another valuable lesson from desert campaigns is, well, vehicle and equipment awareness. In the North African campaigns of the Second World War, vehicles were, lifelines. Trucks and armoured vehicles transported supplies, water and soldiers across vast distances. But the desert environment was honestly harsh on machines. Sand-clogged engines damaged moving parts and made travel, well, quite difficult. Soldiers learned to maintain equipment carefully, protecting engines and keeping critical supplies secured from blowing sand. For survival situations today, the lesson is simple. Protect your gear. Sand, heat and dust can damage equipment quickly, so keeping tools clean and covered is essential. Finally, one of the most important desert survival lessons is mental endurance. The desert can feel endless and, well, unforgiving. The heat, isolation and monotony of the landscape can wear down morale just as much as physical fatigue. During the Second World War desert campaigns, soldiers learned to focus on small, achievable goals, reaching the next ridge, the next supply point, or, the next shaded resting spot. Breaking large challenges into smaller steps helped maintain motivation and honestly prevented despair from taking over. This mindset remains vital for survival in any extreme environment. In the end, the soldiers who endured the desert during World War II succeeded not through advanced technology, but through discipline, observation, and practical survival skills. They respected the environment, conserved their resources, and adapted their behavior to the realities of the desert. And decades later, their hard-earned lessons still remind us that survival in extreme environments depends less on equipment and more on knowledge, preparation, and patience.